What up, this is Rob Max, and this is Meet the Band. What up, it's Rob Max, bass player, background vocalist for 6 and West. How did I get into music? Started when I was really young in church, singing and stuff like that. My mom kind of figured out I had that little talent. Bet your bed was lonely tonight without me. Bet your life was real cold. Cause that pillow can't replace me. Oh no. And then we kind of worked on it from there. We'd be riding to church and she'd be making me sing songs in the car. And then got to middle school and started playing in the band. For some reason I was randomly really good at that. And then my pops figured that out and he bought me a guitar. And then took lessons, you know, and all that kind of stuff for a little bit. And then I ended up kind of just floating around and teaching myself. High school, college, still doing the same thing, playing at church, guitar. At that time I figured I'd play the drums a little bit. Started playing around with some other stuff, keyboard a little bit. And then I knew JT like all through school. You know, we ran track together, football together, and then popped up. We were doing a little music, and he started doing the music, and he just flew with it. Like, it was crazy. And then he just popped up one day, like, man, I got this band, you know, and I need you to come play bass or whatever if you down. And I was like, man, it's whatever, I'll play, you know, it's all good. So showed up at the show, did the show with him. It was live, it was fun. Like the spirit that those guys have, like, it's crazy. Like the energy that they bring to their music, like you can see it all over them. When you're talking about Chris and Coleman, I mean, you can just feel it when you get around them. They have this crazy vibe that they take into the studio with them and transfer it over to the stage. So the show is ridiculous. I'll never forget the first one. It was crazy. And then just kind of took off from there. And from time to time, they let me get on the track, you know what I'm saying? And I definitely bring like a different kind of vocal style to them. Coley and Chris got these two amazing voices, and I kind of feel like I kind of gel with them, especially when we do like you know, covers and kind of the other stuff that we do when we're actually like harmonizing and stuff. I can find like these notes in between stuff that are a little different, that might bring something just out a little more than probably so it would have been like if I wasn't there. So I kind of bring that into the picture. I learned that from my pops and my uncle, man, from some old cats, hanging out with 50-year-old cats my whole life. So I learned a lot from them about harmonizing and stuff like that. I still got my gospel thing going on, you know, I do that a lot. I still love it. And I kind of bring some of those changes musically into their little R&B kind of vibe sometimes. And I'm talking about like the way that I play the bass, really. I kind of play it sometimes like it's churchy or whatever, and soulful and stuff like that. And then they also put the reins on me a little bit and showed me how to keep it, you know, straight with like quarters and eighths, you know what I'm saying? Which is pretty cool. I mean, it's really easy for sure, and it works for their music. And then every once in a while I can just let loose, and then since it's a different style, when I do kind of just let loose and play, it sounds like I'm doing something magical, which really, like, on the gospel side is, I mean, it's not average, but it's not as stellar over there. But when I do it on this side, which is kind of like popish, rockish, it's kind of like, man, where did you get that from? I mean, it's been crazy. I've been in like other type of bands and stuff, and for one, I think it's amazing the amount of work that you don't have to do with these guys. I mean, they get a lot done on their own, and when it comes to like showing up at venues and stuff that you have to bring, it's like you bring yourself, your instrument, and what you're gonna play it through. Sometimes you don't even have to bring what you're gonna play it through. Like the doors that are open for these guys are a lot different than what I'm used to. It's normally like a little more work, and there's a little less given to you and stuff like that. The people that support them, they like really support them. So it makes it a lot more fun. I mean, it's been crazy. I mean, the vibe of the venues that we've been at, the places that we've gone, the show that we did in Austin, I was just like, I just drove out there one night, had to go to work the next day, and turned around and came right back. But I mean, it was it was freezing cold, but it was just so live. Like the vibe was still crazy. I mean, I don't know, the shows that we do are just, they're a lot more fun than what I'm used to. It's really a good time, and I don't have to do as much, so that's always a plus. I mean, I love it. It's been great. And again, I'm Rob Max, and this is Meet the Band.